All right, let's settle this once and for all. We are diving headfirst into one of the oldest, most heated debates out there: dogs versus cats. It's a rivalry for the ages, and today we're going to try and figure out which of these pets actually makes us happier. Let's get into it.
Yeah, you know the drill. The battle lines are drawn. For dog people, it's all about loyalty and that best friend bond. For cat people, it's about independence and, let's be honest, an undeniable coolness factor. These are the classic takes, right?
And then you've got the other pets. Our source for today's explainer throws in this little gem, which is, a pretty hilarious reminder that not every pet situation is perfect. It also sets this kind of witty, self-aware tone that I think you're gonna like.
Okay, so jokes about bitey rabbits aside, what's the real story here? This is the big question we're tackling today. We're going to try to figure out which of our furry friends, the loyal dog or the cool cat, gives us the biggest boost when it comes to our mental well-being. So here's how we're going to do this. Our source sets up a 3-round showdown. We're going to compare dogs and cats across 3, let's call them semi-arbitrary categories, and see who comes out on top. It's our way of bringing some structure to a very, very emotional debate.
All right, ding ding, let's kick off round 1, mood and comfort. This one is all about the feels. How do our pets really make us feel, deep down? Let's see what the science has to say about it.
You'd think this would be a slam dunk, right? Of course pets make us happy. But the research is actually kind of all over the place. On one hand, you've got studies that say exactly what we'd expect. Pet owners are less stressed, less lonely. But then a whole bunch of other studies find nothing. No real connection at all. It's a total scientific head-scratcher. Which brings us to the author's, let's just say, very on-brand theory for why the data is so messy. I mean, if you've ever owned a cat, this makes perfect sense, right? Of course they'd sabotage the study. But feline conspiracies aside, there are some other, more serious reasons this could be happening.
So what's really going on here? Well, a few things could be muddying the waters. It might be that people who are already struggling a bit are more likely to get a pet for comfort in the first place, and that could skew the numbers. Or maybe our tools just aren't good enough to measure the magic of a purr. And yeah, the author still says we cannot fully rule out cat sabotage. So, with the science basically shrugging its shoulders, we have to call it. Round 1 is a tie. No points for either side. It's on to round 2.
Okay, here we go. Round 2, social connection. Now this one isn't just about the bond you have with your pet, it's about how your pet helps you connect with other humans. It's all about the people-to-people factor.
So the thinking here is that pets can be kind of like social glue. They're a reason to get out of the house, to talk to strangers, to interact with your community, and all that stuff is a proven way to make us happier. But the question is, does one pet do that job better than the other?
I mean, just think about it for a second. When you picture social pet activities, what do you see? You see dog parks, right? Puppy training classes, people stopping to chat on their walks. Pretty much the entire social world built around pets seems to be designed for dogs.
And yeah, for that reason, this one's pretty clear-cut. This round goes to the dogs. Sorry to any cat cafe regulars out there, but on the whole, dogs just seem to give us way more excuses to connect with other people.
Okay, this brings us to the final round. Round 3, activity level. The score is 1-0 for dogs. This could decide everything. And the question is simple: which pet actually gets us off the couch?
Now this is about more than just getting your steps in. The author frames this around a really powerful psychological idea called behavioral activation. Basically, the idea is that action comes before feeling better. You don't wait to feel motivated to do stuff. You do stuff, and that's what makes you feel motivated. A simple walk with a dog is like a perfect real-world example of this.
And this is where the difference becomes really, really obvious. Dogs, they demand action. They need to be walked, they want to play, they have to go outside. Cats, well, cats are kind of the masters of chilling. And sometimes they're just gone.
I mean, the author tells this hilarious story about a friend's cat named Peter who was so good at hiding that they honestly weren't sure if he was real. And that kind of perfectly captures it, doesn't it? Dogs, just by their very nature, require more active participation from us. So, you can probably see where this is going. Based on that whole idea of behavioral activation and just the daily reality of owning one, the winner of round 3 is, you guessed it, the dogs. So after 3 hard-fought rounds, after looking at our feelings, our social lives, and our activity levels, the results are in. The grand champion in our happiness showdown, at least according to this explainer, it's dogs.
With a solid 2-0 victory, dogs take the crown. But, and this is a very important but, before all the cat lovers start typing angry comments, you need to hear this one last thing. The author wraps it all up with this brilliant, totally self-aware quote. They fully admit this whole thing is, in their own words, pseudo-evidence-based and blatantly biased. It's their way of winking at us and saying, hey, this was all just for fun.
And you know, that really gets to the heart of it all, doesn't it? Because while it's fun to make lists and compare points, the connection we have with our pets is so personal. So the real question isn't which animal wins some title in an explainer. It's about which one, dog, cat, or maybe even a bitey rabbit, has captured your heart. Thanks for tuning in.